Hello everyone, and welcome to this special edition of Pulp Crazy. I'm Jason Aiken. In this week's episode, I will be reviewing Riddick, the latest installment of the Chronicles of Riddick series. I went to an early showing tonight, and I'm going to tell you what I thought about it. First off, I should say I am a huge Riddick fan. I've watched all the movies more times than I can count, and I even made a fan site called Riddick Chronicles, which is devoted to the series. I like both Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick, so it should come to no surprise that I really liked Riddick. The movie picks up with Riddick left for dead on an alien planet. It is very much in the vein of Jeremiah Johnson, except in Riddick's case, he fights alien creatures. During this opening, we learn that Riddick spent his days as Lord Marshal, living the crazy life with his harem. He never got around to taking the pledge all Lord Marshals must take, and this had opened him up even more to assassination attempts. Realizing that his skills and animal instinct have dulled, he asks his right-hand man, Vako, played by Karl to take him back to his home planet of Furia. The previous Lord Marshal scrubbed Furia's whereabouts from all star charts. The only star chart in existence is in Vako's head. Vako agrees and orders a necromonger named Chrome to take Riddick to Furia. Chrome and his men take Riddick to an uninhabited planet that is not Furia, and they attempt to kill Riddick. Riddick ends up killing all of them, but Chrome, who causes an avalanche that buries Riddick. Chrome yells out the necromonger code, "You keep what you kill," and leaves the planet. Technically speaking, Chrome would now be Lord Marshal, as Riddick is presumed dead. The Necromonger flashback is inserted into the opening sequence, with Riddick surviving on his own and getting back to his roots. John Carter fans will be happy to know that Riddick gets his own version of Molla, in the form of a jackal-like beast he raises from a pup. Riddick eventually comes across a Merc outpost, which hasn't been used in quite some time. The outpost is still equipped with a distress beacon. Riddick activates the beacon, and in doing so, is scanned and his identity is broadcasted. His plan is to steal the ship of one of the Merc teams that respond before a rainstorm hits this planet. Sure enough, 2 Merc teams respond, and Riddick has to race against the clock and outwit his opponents. That's the basic premise of Riddick. I would say it is 95% Pitch Black and 5% Chronicles of Riddick in style. Even though the reported budget for this is a modest $39 million, it doesn't look it. The landscape shots of the alien world are breathtaking, and the CGI monsters look great. Vin Diesel is Riddick. As always, he completely owns the role. He does a great job, especially in the opening sequences, where he is acting against CGI monsters. However, the Riddick we know and love really starts to come out when he has other human characters to bounce off of. His interplay with Doll, played by Katee Sackhoff, is especially interesting. Other notable members of the supporting cast are Boss Johns, played by Matt Nable, and Santana, played by Jordi Molla. Dave Batista plays Diaz, who proves to be a nice physical antagonist for Riddick. There are a lot of great one-liners in this. Most of them can be attributed to Diesel, Sackhoff, and Molla, but all of the supporting cast chip in. This is a great throwback to the rated R films of old. A lot of blood and guts, both human and CGI. Heck, there are a few topless shots in this movie, including Katee Sackhoff, who was shown from a side angle. As someone who grew up in the 90s watching rated R movies, this really brought me back to that time. This movie has a lot going for it. Some great action scenes, dark humor, and it's very well shot. They really stretched that $39 million budget and got everything they could out of it. David Twohy is one of the most underrated directors and writers out there today. He knocked the previous Riddick films out of the park, and his other work is just as good. I especially enjoyed his The Perfect Getaway, starring Timothy Olyphant, Stephen Von Zahn, and Chris Hemsworth, from a few years back. I am hoping beyond hope that he and Diesel are able to continue the Chronicles of Riddick series in future films. If you are a Riddick fan, I am preaching to the choir. I know you're going to go see this, especially if you are a fan of Pitch Black. This film can be classified as Pitch Black 2.0. There is a little bit of the Chronicles of Riddick lore present, but not much. On a scale of 1 to 5 stars, I have to give this a 5. Sure, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more lore regarding the Necromongers and Furia, but I'll take Riddick on an isolated planet going up against mercs and monsters any day of the week. Well, that's it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed my review, and we'll be heading out this weekend to see Riddick in theaters. Pulp Crazy is located at pulpcrazy.com. I'm at Pulp Crazy on Twitter, and facebook.com/pulpcrazy. You can also email me at pulpcrazy@gmail.com. I also have a Riddick website called Riddick Chronicles, located at riddickchronicles.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.